Well, the worst of the wild weather is over after damaging and destructive winds lashed multiple states and October temperature records fell in parts of the country. In Melbourne's southeast, 2 men drowned, with reports they had been swept off a pier yesterday afternoon.
First, let's head to Stephanie Ferrier, who is in Melbourne for us this morning. Steph, a pretty big clean-up ahead today, but talk us through the tragedy that unfolded in Frankston yesterday.
Good morning, James. Police say they're yet to formally identify the 2 men who died in rough seas off Frankston Beach. That's about 54 kilometres southeast of Melbourne CBD, and they will be preparing a report for the coroner. Now, the police helicopter located these 2 men in the waters just after 5 p.m. and winched them to shore, but sadly they could not be revived. And the Frankston mayor has expressed his profound sadness at this tragedy, saying that these 2 men were actually swept from Frankston pier during those extreme wind conditions. And he adds that this is a stark reminder of the power of nature and the fact that there are just so many dangers when it comes to some of those severe weather events. Now, elsewhere, the SES says that they responded to around 1,400 calls for help as those wild winds battered much of the state. We had 96 kilometres per hour at St Kilda Beach. There were more than 200 reports of building damage and more than 1,000 trees that were downed, including one that crashed on top of a tram, downing those power head cables as well, and also smashing into the rear of a car, narrowly missing a mother and her young daughter inside. Thankfully, they weren't too badly hurt. Now, also as well, we had around 18,000 customers without power because these wild storms did also spark blackouts. Thankfully, most of them have been reconnected. However, there are still around 930 customers with their lights out.